Good evening and welcome to the Friday night episode of the Blitz Pickup. It's your girl, Insanity. You know what? Let me bring the energy. Good evening. Welcome to the Friday night episode of the Blitz Pickup. It's your girl, Insanity, and it is a freestyle Friday episode. Now, we have a lot of things that we're going to get into. We are going to do the joint practice. We are going to talk about the mentality, and it really is a culture. Is it set by the head coach or is it set by the players? We're going to really, bring some light to that tonight. And then we are going to preview the game. Listen, everybody, I'm very excited for the show tonight, but also I'm very excited because right now it's going to be me and Tone against each other. But I know Lou is going to show up for one of these segments because I know he has a lot to say about it. So, Tone, let's get into the show tonight.
Good evening. First of all,
you're not gonna do this.
You can't hear me?
Say anything.
You can't. No, come back. Come on back.
You know what? I think this might be a sign that I should just watch New Jersey team play the little. I gotta.
All right, she can't hear me, y'all. So see, I leave it. Come back. Listen. Shout out to y'all. Everyone, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. Shout out to our new subscribers. If it's your first time, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. It's going to be a little crazy. Can you hear me now, Vicinity?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm a little pissed up. I'm at hold on. I'm sorry, Vicinity. I'm trying to do two things at once. There we go. I'm a little. Why did you say me versus you? You already started some trouble, beef. Like, what we doing?
Me did I say versus?
Yeah. Me and Tone going at each other. I don't know. It seemed like you got it out from. I don't know, man.
You know what, Tone? See, did you watch the verses last night?
No, I actually didn't.
See how I put? Come on, listen. It was really amazing. It was really good. If you like R&B, I mean, Donnell and his singing and his notes is not what it used to be, but the songs brought back, the nostalgia.
I did hear he got smoked though.
Oh yeah. You forget how deep Joe's catalog is until Joe starts singing his catalog, and it was just like he didn't miss.
I kind of heard it was. Yeah. It wasn't fair. That's what I kind of heard. But listen, man, listen. You win. Okay. You know what? Should I play it for y'all?
Yes, play it for him.
Because I'm not the one that's saying this. This is, the general consensus. You don't win everything, so
you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day.
That's all they had to play for him. It's okay. Now the views are probably going to go up. They are, because it's a versus, so his sales are going to go up. Joe's sales are going to go up. So it is what it is. But listen, I got something special for y'all today. I do have the entire. If you haven't watched it on the channel, it is on the channel. I have the live full joint practice. This is a caveat. That is all first team reps. There isn't any second and third team reps because. I just don't waste my time on second and third team rep because it don't really matter. You do want to see if you have depth, but if I have to record every single thing, then I won't be able to pay attention, and be as intensive as I want to because I'm recording, looking at a screen. So, but I have every first team rep. So every story that came out, maybe somebody over exaggerated, maybe, people, thought someone was underwhelming. Whatever it is, you will be able to see it for yourself. It's only a 4-minute or something clip. So we're going to go through the whole thing, maybe, shortly. But it's also on the channel. So if you haven't watched it, go support the channel and, run them views up. But, Vicinity, you ready to get in the show? Or what you got going on?
Yes, I'm ready to do a show with you, not against you.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Remember you left and came back, so it's gonna be like that.
It's on me. The production team's gonna have to get on me, okay? So Tony, once again, you were at the joint practice. Oh.
No, okay. I'm glad you paused. I want to listen, Sean. What's up, my brother? He literally went on the comment section, and he always in here. He is out 100%. He's a Buffalo Bills fan. He's always supporting. I just want to give you a shout out. You know, you said you show so support, but people can't even say what's up. So I'm saying what's up live. I got you up there, Sean. You are here every day faithfully. You know, so shout out to you, my good brother. We ain't forget about you. You understand? And oh, look, before you look, run those views up. See? He said before he make y'all run them pockets, it's crazy. But yes, now you could go ahead and get to the show for Sandy.
Now.
Yes. I just wanted to give.
Okay, well, Sean, I'm glad you got your acknowledgement. Okay, Tone. As we all know, you were at the joint practice, right? And you came back last show and you gave us some feedback. But obviously, there have been some other narratives going out there that you will either debunk or, corroborate. What have been your feels so far about what you've been hearing about these joint practices from, I guess, I don't want to say others because I don't want to call out others, but what is your feel about how the joint practice really went? Let's just keep it about us.
Well, so the one thing that I've been hearing, and this is from the beat writers, this is from the Giants beat writers and our beat writers. Some people, majority of the people said, oh, they were completely dominated. Mm-hmm. Right? I got the video clip to show what's really happening. Y'all can be the judge of it. But I don't like when people over-exaggerate, understand. I was kind of disappointed with one of the guys that I listened to. I'm not going to say no names, you know what I'm saying? But I respect them. And, I would listen to, matter of fact, I'm Alan Poupart, right? He's always objective, and I love his takes. But he was on his show, and I was watching him, and he was like, Patrick Paul basically had a bad day. I completely disagree with that. Now, did he get beat? I'll say 2 or 3 times. Yes, he did get beat 2 or 3 times. But I think one of them, only one, I believe, would have resulted in a sack. Now, getting up for a sack in the game is, it happens sometimes, but you prefer not to. You understand? So just keep that in mind. Now, if you give up 2, 3 sacks, that's a bad day. Yeah. Like the guards was giving up 2 and 3 sacks. But I understand that the position that they're sitting in, sometimes it's hard to have a good enough angle to see. So maybe I'll give them that credit. But for the most part, no. I think the offensive line, those edges, they were dominant. They were getting pressure. It was, it was constant pressure on Malik Willis. But it isn't as bad as everyone makes it seem to be. So I again, got videos. Y'all gonna be the judge. Now, for me, let me just give from what I saw. The running game, HN had 1, maybe 2 runs that was cool. One of them looked like it would have been a 70-yard house call. Beautiful play, right? Then another one, I think he made a guy miss. The tackle or the fullback got completely destroyed, and it was 2 or 3 people on HN. As soon as he touched the ball, he did that little step back, and boom, everybody go, oh, and he made nothing out of something. So the run game was, it wasn't dominant like people were saying it was, but there was some bright spots. Caleb Douglas. Y'all going to get to see Caleb Douglas. There is one terrible play. Y'all going to see it where he's running either a slant or a drag route. I thought it was going to be a drag route. Watching it, it looked like it was a slant because he just completely stopped or don't know what he was doing. And it resulted in the only interception that Malik Willis threw. I did give Malik Willis credit for a touchdown to Achane, but now with the film, going back watching it on film, that was actually a penalty holding on Caden Proctor, so that didn't count. So technically, Malik Willis didn't throw any touchdowns. So just for everyone to know, I'm going to be objective and give y'all 100% honesty what really went on out there. If I had to say who won the day, the Giants. The Giants won the day, right? But it was a nice physical joint practice, I would say, right? Mm-hmm. I know everyone heard there was a million fights. I know y'all saw Patrick Paul, my video, shout out to my video, caught Patrick Paul getting slapped in the face by Abdul Carter. He didn't do nothing. Some people had a problem with that. Some people didn't like that. More specifically, our co-host Lou had a big problem with that because you know why? The narrative that we are solved, and he don't want that to creep his way back into the Dolphins facility. The way this team play, that will not happen to the team. Let me start by saying that. The way this team play and the mentality that they have, You're not going to have to worry about anyone calling this team soft. That's one thing that's not going to happen. Now, I understand Hapley was talking about, how he liked to run practices. We'll talk about that later. But that was on one-on-ones. I didn't get the whole thing on video. If y'all saw the video that I posted, I just caught the punch. But I was able to see it. That's what made me say, put the camera up. Patrick Paul was dominating them. Him and Thibodeau, Kayvon Thibodeau. And that's why they was frustrated. And that's why the punch by Abdul Carter happened there, because Patrick Paul would dominate him in one-on-ones. So I want that caveat. And he's very pesky. He's antagonizing people, right? And get under your skin, get on your nerves. Oh, my brother made it. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. He came way earlier than I thought, but let's get into it. Hold on. Oh, there go my brother here. Now come back up, Lou. There you go. Lou, what's good, my brother?
Tone Finsanity, what's good, man?
Chilling. Listen, 21 of y'all in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Lou, listen already. Hey, coach, sorry, but we fighting. That's crazy. So we're gonna talk about that, Lou. Second segment. Just hold your horses. I know you want to get into that. This is specifically joint practice. But back to what I was saying about Patrick Paul. He's antagonizing people. He's always antagonizing people. He was getting under their skin. That was what was made Abdul Carter strike him. Whatever. You get me? Now, doing the 11-on-11s, that entire offensive line, Thibodeau, Carter at the most, they was doing the pushing, the bullying, trying to antagonize people and things of that nature. And I think that's what pissed Brewer off. Let me explain something to you guys. They literally, after the first two 11-on-11 series, Aaron Brewer and Malik Willis took the entire offensive line in the building, in the practice facility. They left the field. We were all trying to figure out what in the world is going on here. Apparently, they went in there and Aaron Brewer lit every last one of them up for not keeping the energy or raising to the level that he felt like they should have been, because he felt like technically they was getting bullied out there. And Hapley, we already know how he feels about it, but Aaron Brewer and Malik Willis took control. That is a very key component, because y'all remember what we said about who set the coaches or players? That is a clear sign of players setting the coaches, even though your coach have a difference of opinion. And I'm going to talk more about that on the Fight and Flight. But I just want to give y'all the overall outlook of what was going on in practice. I would say you have to give the Giants that practice, because let's just say take everything out, 11-on-11s. When it comes down to the end, when they always do this with every team, you're down, you have to get your team in position to kick a field goal. It was 1 minute and 4 seconds on the clock, or 1 minute and 6, something like that. One time out, you have to get your team in the field goal because you was down by 2. And the Miami Dolphins went first. It got completely destroyed. It was 2 sacks and an incomplete pass. And for some reason, they restarted the practice. Now, I noticed Malik Willis was complaining, and he went to Jeff Hapley and started complaining to Jeff Hapley, and they restarted that segment. They put Austin Jackson back in, because y'all remember they took Austin Jackson out because of the fight. He punched the dude that pushed him down, and Hapley, the way he was carrying himself, took him out, and Austin Jackson didn't practice the rest of the practice. But on that last one, Malik Willis stood firm and said, no, I need him in this game. I need to get my rhythm on, especially if, we'll see in the last segment, right, if they're not planning on playing a lot of reps and getting a lot of snaps in preseason. That means he needs to build that camaraderie and get his timing down. So, no, I need him on the field. And then they put Austin Jackson in the game, and they drove down the field and got the field goal, or got into field goal range, right? Now, fast forward, now their offense, which is the Giant offense, they're going against our defense. And Lou, I have it on film. We're gonna watch it after this. After you and Vicente give y'all takes of which I think. 3rd and 11. He has everyone at the first down sticks. No one is pressed. No one is within 5. No one is within 7 yards of a receiver. No one, Lou. I'm talking about no one. This is 3rd and 11, game on the line. He had everyone like 4 across, like if they were going to run quarters, but 10 yards off the ball. They throw it looked like a tight end screen, get the first down. Because by the time they try to attack them, he followed his blocker, found a seam, first down. They ran one more play, got him first, and then Jason Marshall, bro, if he take just a better angle, he would have had a pick 6. But he didn't. It was this Jason Marshall Jr. He didn't. The drive continued. They eventually get in first down in field goal range, ball game. So based on how everything transpired, I don't care if they didn't have Austin Jackson in for the first series. Giants won. Dolphins failed. Giants succeeded. You got to give Giants the practice. We have to. And their edges were just on fire. Their D-line was on fire. Their D-line was on fire. Now, the defense, I had watched barely anything of the defense. I was getting, all of these videos. So while our first team offense is on the field, our first team defense is also on the field on the far side. So I had to pick and choose which one. That's why I said I wanted defense on our side, because I know everyone was going to be raving about the offense. And I wanted to have more in-depth details of what really happened with our defense. Heard they were stout against the run, but the secondary was still getting killed. Jacob Rodriguez, I know y'all probably seen the video by now. Interception, beautiful interception. That was on first team. Always around the ball. Heard Kyle Lewis was always around the ball and making plays on 11 and 11, good tackles and things of that nature. So that's the best I could give you for the defense. I heard that the run defense was stout again, but the secondary was just, wasn't up to par again. I would say this, and before I pass it on to you, either one of you guys, right? Kyle Lewis, on that end of the game situation, they didn't play him at all on defense. He was on the bench. He was on the sideline, So I don't know if that means because he's going to get a lot of reps in the preseason, because he wants to give him a lot of reps at safety so he could get used to it. And, you have 4 quarters to do it in preseason. And in joint practices, you're working on specific things because you want to see something. I don't know if that was the reason for it. Maybe they saw enough over there that he did well enough, and they want to give him game time experience at safety, because that's the only way to simulate game time experience is put him in a game time, put him in at game time. So that's what I got for you. All in all, it wasn't as bad as everybody was making it seem. And also, we'll see Caleb Douglas. Caleb Douglas won't catch again, people. So, and we talk about the separation in the route running. I don't know. There's videos out there. You don't always have to take my word for it. At this point, I will hope y'all would, because, I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's just an opinion, but typically my opinions are pretty good. You're going to see some on film, and they already put a route out. Even though he got open, you're not going to tell me that's elite route running. Can he get open? Yes, but that's not elite route running. So that's all I got for y'all for that segment. Anything from you, Vicente or Lou?
Well, Tone, I asked you, and again, sorry about me being late. Salute to both of y'all for starting the show. Tone, I asked you, I believe yesterday, right after practice, you came in the space we were having, and I asked you, was it 60-40? That's kind of like what we heard with the Commanders. And you said, no, it was closer than that, but to your assessment, you would overall just give the Giants the day. That's kind of like the same things I heard. Shout out to all the videos you put out.
45.
Exactly, right? So at the end of the day, you would still say the Dolphins lost the day.
Yes.
Overall, again, when me and Finsanity are not there, so we got to trust your eyes. We do trust your eyes.
Well, y'all going to be there today.
Oh, well, you already know. You already know, right?
Got the video for y'all.
But that's what I'm saying. Look, great work with all these videos, right?
Yes.
It's the things that this is when people want to say that I'm just a hater of this team, right? And today's Freestyle Friday, so I'm trying to turn up.
Turn
Turn it
up.
up then.
Um, we've been hearing great things from Arvell Reese. He a rookie for the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
We just heard great things from Abdul Carter. He's a second year player.
Second year, yes. Same,
Um,
same, same college as Chop Robinson, by the way.
I'm
Same
glad you
state.
brought Chop Robinson up. Now remember all this great Chop Robinson. Now we know he put on some size, right? And we know he's made some plays. You know where he hasn't made no plays against the Commanders or the Giants.
Mm.
That's where he hasn't made no plays. It's crazy to me. Arvell Reese making plays as a rookie. Abdul Carter making plays as a first year, as a second year player, right? And a whole new defense, mind you, right? Because Abdul Carter, this ain't the defense they ran last season. He's still out there making plays. Where's Chop Robinson at?
Mm.
Did he do anything yesterday?
Not noteworthy. But I would say this after watching it back on that one drive, it wasn't as bad because as I thought it was, because he did get a look, but it still was bad. Like y'all gonna see it. It still was like nothing, He didn't
It,
generate
it, it,
anything. So
it's not what we were hearing from what the Giants people were saying, and even some of the Dolphin beat reporters. That offensive line was getting dominated yesterday. We didn't hear no domination from any of the defensive line from Miami.
mm-mm.
Now we heard they were able to stop the run and stuff. Now another thing I heard, Tone, was we couldn't guard a tight end to save our life yesterday. They said Isaiah Likely was eating yesterday.
Was he eating?
They also said we had a tight end last year. The guy that played for us last year, I guess, is over with the Giants. So Tanner Connor. I heard
Mm-hmm.
Tanner Connor making plays. I even seen a video of Tanner Connor making plays
If
yesterday.
if that was Tanner Connor that got that 3rd and 11, I'm extra mad now because I didn't even notice if that was him or not. Oh my
Now,
God! If that
now,
was Tanner Connor, whew,
I
it
believe
was a tight
now.
end.
I seen Tanner Connor a video where he would make a play. Now I don't know on that specific play you're talking about, but let's go to that because this is the first time I'm hearing that. You mean to tell me 3rd and 11 and we got all our guys at the chains?
The worst,
Now,
Lou. The
now
worst.
I remember Tone Finsanity. We're all Dolphin fans. I forgot I think it was Josh Boyer was our
Mm-hmm.
defensive coordinator. Y'all
That boy,
remember that
yep.
game? I think beat Mike McDaniel's first year, I believe. We
Yes,
did that, and everybody had a problem with it. I just want to know: are we keeping the same energy?
I
Same
am.
energy.
That's why I
Because
brought it up
cause
today.
I know that's why you brought it up. Well, I'm not saying if we're going to keep.
I
I
know you
know
talk
over
about as a
here.
fan base. Yep.
Yeah, I'm just talking about as a fan base. Are we going to keep the same energy, or are we going to play this happy-go-lucky honeymoon stage because Halfley is our brand new head coach and we can't say nothing because we're just Dolphin fans and we got to be positive? I told y'all today I'm ready to turn up. I just got home. I got to see my family for the first week, right? Or a week since I seen them. I'm just excited to be on the show tonight. I'm ready to turn up. Again, nothing counts here. Nothing matters here. But this is 2 joint practices that we've lost. I just
Yes.
want to know: does everybody believe we're winning 11 games this season?
I said
10
10.
games this season?
I said 10, but now I'm down to 9.5.
I know. Well. Again, let's cut that. Let's cut that down to about another 6.5 games, and we'll get to 3 at some point.
That's for you,
Um,
not me.
this team, again, we're seeing what our problems are. This team just cannot. They don't have the talent to match up with some of these teams. Now, I won't go too crazy because I do believe I don't know how y'all feel, but the Giants, to me, defensive line wise, like
Yeah.
again, whether you want to count linebackers on their, I'm just gonna say their front
Top 3.
7. It's easily top 5. You want to say top 3? Cool. I'm not gonna do it, but easily top 5 in the league,
Mm-hmm.
and they showed, right? I heard bad things from Caden Proctor. I heard bad things from Austin Jackson. I'm not even going to go to your point, Tone. I'm not going to go to the second, 13, but Jonas
Patrick Paul,
Avenea, I heard didn't look good. Patrick Paul,
up and
I
down, but it's not as
up,
bad. Up and down, though. It's there's
up
3
and
plays on
down,
there. You're
right?
going to say, nah, Paul, you got to do better.
There you go. Up and down, especially Tone Insanity. When we're talking about this season, remember, we had a conversation after this season. Are we willing to give Patrick Paul $100 million, right? I don't know. Listening to my brother Tone and what he's been saying is I've heard a lot of up and down. I don't know if Patrick Paul right now is worth $100 million. He's not playing like $100 million player. All I'm saying is, man, listen, it's I guess it's a progression if we want to say from the Commanders 60-40 to today or yesterday 55-45. It's 2 losses though.
Yeah.
That's how it is. The other teams ultimately um, showed up better than the Dolphins. Last thing I'll say, and then I'll throw it to Finsanity, is what you said at the end. I, I don't know if I like it or not that Malik or whoever said at the end, I want to do this drill over. I want to I want to start it over. Right? I don't know what happened, how it happened. I don't know.
because
I would.
Austin Jackson, so that was one of the ones, and I want to save this segment, most of it, for the second part with the fight and flight. But this is more of the leadership world because Austin Jackson threw that punch and knocked the helmet off. I see my brother TD, and please stay right here, TD, because
Nah.
I got I know some of y'all said Patrick Paul had a bad day. I got all the clips. And TD,
Nah.
you actually said that they were running the ball well. I got the clips. Now, unless you talk about second team, I don't know, TD. But
Now, Tone, look at this comment.
well,
Now, I can't even text my brother, right?
right.
I can't text my brother behind the back channel. I didn't say nothing public. I text my brother in the back channel, and that's what we doing over here, TD. We outing me. First of all, I didn't say I missed Tua, right? I just said I just said, hey man, could Tua come back as a backup? That's all. That's all I was trying to say, TD. But shout out to TD for being.
Wait. I didn't even see this ball. You act up.
You know what, Tone? I'm gonna send you the same text message I
Oh
sent my brother
my
TD. And
God.
first of all, you know what? I didn't want to say TD's lying on me, but he's lying on me. I didn't want to say that, but he's lying on me. But
You
hey,
said, can he come back as a backup?
I didn't say that. I'm joking around. You know I don't want Tua here.
Oh. Whew.
Hey, don't worry, Tone. Hey, Tone, I'm gonna send you the same message I sent TD so we can clear the air. I will say this though. Shout out to TD for being here. The last thing I'll say about the joint practice, again, to your point. Okay, Austin Jackson, they wanted to get him back on the field, right? And I get it. I'll just say this, and for insanity, you can go. In a real game, they don't get that opportunity though. Is all I'm
But
saying. There are no do-overs in a real game because what we did here, Tone, in Finsanity was, well, the Giants got their field goal or they would have scored, and the Dolphins got their field goal and they would have scored. But I think
no.
what you said yesterday, Tone, was correct. If you really break it down, the Dolphins lose that game because they don't get their field goal,
Yeah.
right? And those are the things that our beat reporters and people are putting out. And that's what I appreciate what you're doing and others are doing, at least keeping it real and objective and letting us know what really happened. So I'll just say that. But TD, stop lying on your boy, man.
All right, percent anything before I get into these. Go
Listen,
ahead.
I'm gonna make it real short and quick because I know everybody wants to get into the film. So do I. Thank you so much for bringing that to the stage. Positive note, right? They're making adjustments, right? We're getting to see players get moved around, i.e., just
Kyle Lewis.
Kyle Lewis. Thank you. It was gonna come to me. Kyle Lewis, New Jersey great. Hopefully he becomes a New Jersey great. Also, we've got to see a little bit of Caden Wallace. I wouldn't say necessarily the result was a positive, but at least we now know what we're going to have potentially going into the season if anything were to happen to Austin Jackson, which history does tell us that it does. I cannot talk about the other positive without pouring into the next segment. So let's get to the film and then we will get to what I'm here for, respectfully.
Okay. So let's get into it. I need y'all to come back on stage.
Thank you.
Come on stage, Lou. All right, so let me get. First of all, y'all know once I put the film up, I'm going full screen it so everybody can see it. Hopefully here for this, my good people. He said, I love all three tags under y'all name. Hey, coach, sorry we about to fight. Playoff bound, baby, and Freestyle Friday. Shout out to you, TD. So y'all got to keep me up to beat if anybody asks me any question in the chat, because I'm going to full screen it so they can at least get a view. Because my camera is far off, so I don't want it to be too small for people to not be able to see.
Hey, Tone, real quick before you play the video, TD, this might be a part of the show where you want to leave and then come back a little later. You ain't gonna like this video. Tone, if he's gonna shoot at me, I gotta shoot back. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So this is a 4-minute clip. Right. So here we are. Tell me, can y'all see my mouse on this screen?
Yes.
Y'all
yes.
Can? Okay, now I'm gonna go full screen and I'm not gonna be able to see what y'all seeing. All right. So full screen. Boom. All right, that's good for y'all.
Yes.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. So these are all the plays. Patrick Paul is here, my good people. He's here. And the reason I'm gonna point him out because I don't like this narrative that he had a bad day. He was getting his behind whooped all game. These are every first team rep. I don't think I missed one. I don't think I might have missed one, but I don't think so. I think I got every single one. So here we go. First one. Again, this is Patrick Paul here. This was a run play, as y'all can see. So let me rewind that one more time. The run game wasn't as potent as people were saying it was. But here we go. Let me run that back. Again, Patrick Paul here. So y'all see, this is play number 2. Keep your eyes on Patrick Paul over here. Patrick Paul over here. Now y'all can see that was nothing. That was stopped. But let me go back. Let me start it over. I'm sorry. I went too far back. Keep your eyes on Patrick Paul. Let me know if y'all think he got his butt whooped. I think this is another running play here. Patrick Paul is here. And I think this is a run play again. No, pass. Let me rewind that. I want to point something out. Again, only reason I'm gonna keep rewinding because I want y'all to pay attention to Patrick Paul. Here, Patrick Paul here. Here, nothing doing. Look, hemmed him up. He got hemmed up on that play. Patrick Paul again. Here, this is Patrick Paul right here. Thibodeau, nothing doing. But if you rewind it, there is a flag right here where he's blocking it. There's a flag right there. And the reason for the flag, let me rewind it is because Caden Proctor, you're gonna see here, they ran a stunt and then Caden Proctor held. Right here. You see they just ran that stunt right here. Patrick Paul is engaged on his guy. His guy is going nowhere, but this is Caden Proctor. He's about to reach out and grab him. So they threw a flag.
I heard Caden Proctor did not do well with those stunts, Tom.
Yeah, you saw that's the one right there. You see how easily he got through there. This is Proctor right here, still taking his guy. This is Patrick Paul, still hemming up Thibodeau. For all the people that said Patrick Paul had a bad day. And I did miss one segment. I just remember because the guy was standing right next to me. And he made the people come tell us to stop filming. But so there is one segment that I did miss. But these are every segment. I just missed maybe like a couple of plays. Again, Patrick Paul right here. So that's a run play right here. You see HN getting tackled. So far, there's nothing going with this offense so far. This is Patrick Paul here. He's back to pass. Now I got a question for you and Vicente. Do y'all think that was a bad rep by the O-line?
Replay from me real quick.
Just on this one play, are you talking about? Or are
On
you
this
talking
one
about
play. On this one play here, because they eventually get. I'm sorry. What?
Was that like sped up for like a second?
Huh?
Did that like speed up or
Did it speed up for you, Lou? Or?
it looked like it? I don't know. It looked like
it did look like it jumped a little bit.
Right.
Hold on, let me rewind it. Let it play out. It's not this. It's gonna be the next. I mean, it's this one right. Yeah. Well, no, the next one. Sorry, the next play.
Okay.
This one here. which I think.
If we're going based off of like the amount of time, I think maybe he held that ball a little bit too long, if I'm gonna be honest.
Lou?
Yeah, I won't debate if maybe he held on to the ball too long. The problem is there's nobody open.
Right.
Thank you. I was just about to go rewind and play. Stop right here. Who's open? Covered, 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 covered. This is about the only way he can go with him right here. Pause again. Who's open? This is the running back. This is the receiver. This is Cole Turner. And another receiver here, which is, I think, Caleb Douglas. Who's open right now?
No one.
Is that holding the ball too long? Or no one's no
Well,
separation?
I'm saying if we're just looking at the offensive line. But if you look at it, like if you wanted me, you said to evaluate the offensive line. I'm saying it's not a bad rep for them. He held the ball too long. Now, if you want me to evaluate the play, then yes, to lose point, no one's open. So if you want to say, no, he's not holding the ball too long, I think then either you need to make a decision on what you want to do. There's not too, when you're in the red zone, the spacing is a lot smaller. So I feel like you need to make a more concise decision on what you're going to do sooner. I did like that he did extend the play with his legs. I love the spin out. But yeah, to lose point, if no one's open, it's technically not holding the ball too long because you don't want the quarterback to make an errant throw or try to force something if he doesn't have any matchup that he can go to in this situation.
So which one are you going with? He hold it on too long, or you think?
And the totality of the play, no, he didn't hold the ball too long. But if I'm just looking at the offensive line, I wouldn't put it on the offensive line because he held the ball too long because none of the wide receivers were open. So in totality, no, he did not hold the ball too long. The play just didn't produce what it was supposed to do because no one got open in a just amount of time.
Lou?
Who's that in the middle of the field right there wearing all white?
Right here?
No. Like the offensive lineman. Go down. Who's
Caden
that big
Proctor.
guy?
Caden Proctor.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you say?
I would say Caden Proctor looks like he got beat somewhere. He looks lost on that play. I never want to see an offensive lineman running backwards like that. That's not a good sign.
Right.
Yeah, listen. No, I don't think this is a pretty good. Well, I don't want to say it's not a good rep from the offensive line. Malik had time initially, but when there's no one open, yeah, I would say certain people maybe missed assignments on the offensive line, but overall, I am with Insanity. If we're just talking about the offensive line, I think initially he had enough time, but again, I'm with Insanity. In the red zone, I don't want Malik or any of our quarterbacks for that matter, like just trying to make a play, throwing the ball up in the air. We've seen it too many times where that happens and the ball's going the other way or bad things happen. Play it safe, live to make another play. I don't know what down it is. Maybe it's third down. Just kick the field goal ultimately. But yeah, I would say, Tone, I'm more in line with Insanity. I think the initial play where Malik did have time, just no one to throw to. So
Okay, so let me go back. All right, so I'm gonna play this real. This is from the beginning. Who's in a bad position now on the offensive line?
no, nobody at this point. Nobody.
How many seconds you think he had this football right now?
Probably about 3 to 4.
That's 3 going on 4 seconds. When you start getting to 5, 6,
yeah, that clock.
That's difficult to ask a O lineman to block a formidable defensive line for 5 to 6 seconds. I would say this is a good enough rep for this. Now he's the only one that eventually get beat, but I just want y'all to see Patrick Paul bullying his guy the whole entire time when everybody was saying he had a bad doggone practice.
Now who's the receivers on this play?
Okay, this is Jalen Wright. This is Cole Turner. I know this is Caleb Douglas. This is Malik Washington. I have no idea who that one. That might be Kazmarek. I don't know who this one is. I don't know. But this might be Kazmarek here. So right here, you probably could try something with Cole Turner here, but the guy's right here on him, right? And this is when he officially gets beat here. But Patrick Paul still hemming up his guy. I'm just going to keep pointing that out for everyone that said Patrick Paul had a bad day, right? So I would have to say I disagree with both of y'all assessment. This is not holding on the ball too long because he's waiting for something to open up. I'm not just in the business of throwing the ball away just because no one is open when you're not being pressured. So I wouldn't say he hold on the ball. I wouldn't say he hold on the ball too long. I would say there's no receivers getting separation. So he had to wait for something to develop. And
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
initially, right, he spins out. This is still buying time here. Spins out. And now both of them are in trail positions. When you saw them, Patrick Paul, him up the whole time. But the way he spent, right, and that's Kayvon Thibodeau by now. Now here is we're like, okay, I need you to make a decision. Either throw it away, scramble, or, give your receiver a chance. This is Caleb Douglas. He's going to give him a chance back here in the back of the end zone. Right there. This is, Lou, when I seen this is where that no vertical, because you remember we seen Tua do a play like this to Mike II, and he high pointed, boom, caught it, and that's where that athleticism shows up right there, where you will hope he had a better vert than what he had. But all in all, I don't think I wouldn't say I would put that more on no wide receiver getting separation.
Oh, listen, absolutely. We said initially the offensive line did their job. It's not on Malik. It's not on the offensive line. Again, that was my initial point. Like, there's no separation from the receivers. There's nobody that got open. Like, it just is what it is.
I like so let's go. And this is red zone. Next play. That was just he was wide open. Now let me see who. Let me rewind that. Sorry, I want to see who was supposed to block him. This is Patrick Paul here, by the way. So he's being blocked by a tight end that's chip and release. So this ball has to come out quicker than this. Has to, because who's covering him? I don't like when they do this. This is what I don't like. You can't have a play that he have to roll all the way out and then, because this guy's wide open. He's wide open. If Malik just do a straight drop back and a fake like this, when he don't have to turn his body and bootleg out, this is a touchdown. Do y'all agree? I put that more on the coaching right there, or the play design, then, because why would you have the same guy that's chipping and release the edge, Thibodeau at this point, beat it's the one that he has to look for. That's just on my assessment, my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree, and I like doing it in certain situations, but in this situation here, I think for me, I'm with you. This is on coaching. This is on Bobby Slowick. It's the play design. I like the play, right? Don't get me wrong. Let me say this. It's not the play design I don't like. It's that you're having Malik roll out to his left.
Okay.
Right? That's what takes too much time, because now you're trying to when we're talking about quarterbacks, we always know, they like Malik, right? He could throw off platform.
Yes.
But man, make it even on the off platform throw, make it a little bit easier for him. If this play would have been going to the right tone,
Yes.
right? Where he's just rolling out to his right and it's more of a natural throwing motion for Malik. I think when you said speed it up, the ball has to be out a little bit quicker. I think the reason it did it was because it was going to the left.
Yes.
I like the play design. I just would have rather seen that on a more natural rollout to his right, make it an easier throw. I think the execution there would have been better, in my opinion.
By the way, this is Patrick Paul in here. Him his guy up again, by the way. By the way, I'm just gonna keep pointing it out. Preseason, you had anything you want to say about that before I move on?
Listen, I think you guys hit that one. I'm not gonna, we have a lot more to get to, so I'm not gonna harp on anything when I believe every point was absolutely made. Go ahead.
Yeah, and great point, Lou. If it was to his right side, guess what he would have been? Instead of having to get his body in position to do an off-platform throw, he could have side-armed it because he's already to his dominant arm. And he could have threw it around him instead of throwing it over him, which you seen
1000%.
Malik through. So that was a
Yeah.
great point. I didn't even think about that from that standpoint. That was a great observation. Yeah, just look up here. This is Patrick Paul. This, I think, is going to be that run play that H-Town like he would have been out the back door. No, that's not. I'm sorry. No. That was just a regular run play. Not too much there.
They are stuffing the run at this point, from what I've seen so far.
Nice play there. I like that was the first time y'all see them release A-Chain out the backfield. And
Yeah, a little
I
screen.
know they stopped it right here because he reached out, but no, A-Chain probably would have took this one too. Wait, let me rewind it. Let me see. Like right there, you see when he did like this and reached out, they stopped that. We seen A-Chain get through that every time and time again. I wouldn't give them that tackle, but that's where they stopped it. But this to me looked like A-Chain would have possibly took it to the house or a minimum get up here. This one right here is the one where I'm like, at least he gave Malik Willis some space to turn up, but you know, you would have possibly liked to see a better rep from Patrick Paul. Again, right here, he's finna get off right here and see, like he's in good position, and Malik still could throw the ball, and you give him time to throw up. Throw the football up, but you want him to force him a little bit wider here. I think it was too much of a straight line there. You still recovered here. That's it, if I had to nitpick, but still, I don't see him getting dominated like they said he was.
What happened on that play though?
It was about to bat it down.
The ball was batted down?
Yeah.
I would have liked to see Malik kind of go through this crease right here.
See right here?
Right there. Just step
right
up,
here?
slide. Just step up, slide to the right a little bit, and run right through that.
But the tight end is getting Dolphins are getting destroyed. But he would have had to squeeze through here. Probably use the speed, but this was they bull rushed Caden Proctor, and he just got his hands up and tipped the ball down here.
Yeah.
But again, just look at the routes. They're all white on rice. So this is, why would you do this? I have no idea. No idea. Now they will put this on the offensive line, not knowing this is Cole Turner getting destroyed. Right? That's Cole Turner. See that? He just swimmed him, gone. Patrick Paul, another, I would force him wide. I would say he lost this rep. Because he was able to get, that's the same one. I'm sorry. Let me go to the next one. My bad. This the one right here, right here. Look how Thibodeau bull rushing him. Takes him off his feet. Takes him off his feet. And just go through him. Look at that. Nasty. That was the run play. This is Charlie Heck, y'all. Charlie Heck. That's another one of the ones where it was like, that's nasty. That's a sack. Now, he had to get that off, but as y'all see how fast that D-line, this is what they were talking about. Did you see how fast that D? Look, there's two people right here that he had to get that football off. That's Javon Hollins with the hit. Yeah, I saw that interception.
And here it comes. Yep.
Now, here go these Caleb Douglas elite route running people. Pause. This is Caleb Douglas right here. So y'all just pay attention to him and tell me what in the world is he doing. Can somebody explain that to me?
Why did that color? I gotta make sure I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Okay. All right. Pause.
Is this separation? You want me to continue? Because at this point he stopped running his route.
Right. That's why I said pause. Like, okay, I thought I saw what I saw. I just had to make sure that I saw what I saw. Okay. Go ahead. You play for the people.
Like, why did he put his hands up? Like, what were you gonna do? Like, what? Let's run it one more time, just in case y'all think y'all eyes will deceive y'all. Just watch him the whole time. Look, what is he doing?
He literally lets up. Like
Now,
his stride ceases to exist.
Now, to be fair, why did Malik Willis throw that ball? You know what I'm saying? But what are we talking about here? I just for y'all, that was Caleb Douglas, and I just want y'all to know y'all haven't seen a catch by Caleb Douglas yet. I did miss that segment, so I had to remember that part. But yeah, you haven't seen a catch from him yet. That was holding crazy right here. Crazy. You see that flag? Y'all starting to see that D-line starting to amp up. And every play. Now, this one, look at that. Look at, like, soon as he didn't even make a play yet. And he's on him. Let me go back here. This one right here. Watch this. This right here, I would hate to ever see this happen to Patrick Paul. Even though he don't get pressure on him, to let him hit you and knock you back like this. Watch this. I don't ever want to see Patrick. You too big to get knocked back like that. Did y'all see that? I would never want. You should never let nobody push you back like that. Yeah, can somebody tell me how many seconds Malik Willis had before he got sacked?
1.5.
One? That's a split second. Let's see it right now. Look, here you go. Height. Maybe one. Maybe one, Lou. I'll give you one. What was he supposed to do there? Y'all starting to see. Stop.
No, go ahead. Because I have a qualifying question.
Yeah, like that was like what were we doing there? Like it's crazy. But go ahead, Sandy. What's the question?
Now, all these right tackle reps so far have not had Austin Jackson, correct?
Once you start seeing the pressure amp up, yes, Austin Jackson is out because of the fight. You know, so right. That's what is it. That's what that is.
Okay. Catch.
I just want y'all to know that was the first one that you had seen. These are the reps that they made him start over. This is the end of the thing. That's 2 sacks. Like I said, that was third. I don't know if y'all can see here. Mm-hmm. That was 3rd and 14 or 3rd and 19. Sorry. And these are the ones, if you can see the whole Giants team here, this is the whole Dolphins team here, and this is the time when you had to drive and get in field goal range. This was the result right here. This is the initial 3, the one what I said they ran over. This is it right here. That was 3rd down. You lost. Game over. Just so y'all know. Now y'all see that they reset it. See, ball at the 35-yard line. or minute and 12 seconds to go. They reset it. Now you see Austin Jackson in the game. That was a reset because how those 3 plays, pressure, over it. That was the initial one. So y'all, I'm telling y'all exactly what happened. They restarted now. In the midst of that, Malik Willis got on Hafley, got on the ref and said, nah, I need to run this over because I'm not doing that with them destroying my right tackle the whole time. That's what happened right there. So now this is, again, 1st and 10, ball on the 35-yard line with a minute and a second to go. You have 1 timeout. Let's play it. That was, did y'all see how Jonah got destroyed on that play? That was just, let me rewind. Let me see if I can rewind it so we can, it's the next one. Here, watch this here. Just watch in here. It's going to be just, look at him. What did he do? Leaning. What was that? That's the old Jonah. Oh, by the way, I stopped pointing out Patrick Paul, but you notice there's no pressure coming from this side. Did y'all notice that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. For all the Patrick Paul had a bad game. That's that one. So this was 2nd and 1. Third, that was 3rd and 1. 1st and 10. That was good ball placement. Mm-hmm. That one was that to me. Okay, that one was the 3rd down, right? And he missed. And to me, that was no separation. But this is one of the refs where I said Patrick Paul was holding Abdul Carter, and they didn't call it. Just watch Patrick Paul up here. See that right there? That's a clear hold.
Fair.
That's a clear hold. It could be a hold right here, but this is a clear hold. Oh, that's Thibodeau. Sorry. That's number 5. That was one of his bad reps, and this was on 3rd down. This was different. You needed it. You needed this. It was 3rd and I think, yeah, see this 3rd down. 1st down is right here. So it looked like it's 3rd and about 8, you know. So, and he just threw it. No separation. As y'all can see, there's no separation. There go your boy Caleb Douglas right here. Let me rewind that one more time. One more time. Pause. Everyone is out in a route. Running back by the making position. What is Caleb Douglas doing? He's bunny hopping. This is elite route running. It's 3rd down. Quarterback is in pressure. You don't even start your route, bro. This elite route running we talking about. Look, what is he about to block?
Sorry.
What is he doing? Is he about to block? Is this a screenplay?
It was the actual hop that got me. I'm sorry.
Was that a screenplay? What was it? What is it miscommunication?
It sounded like where he's trying to block or decoy, but he definitely doesn't feel like he's a part of the play.
Like, what was that? That was 3rd down.
Like, it's like that his off-speed move. Like, then he was
game on the line. Let's try this again. Game on the line. This is the route you break out for us. Were you blocking? Look, he look like he's about to block or something. Like he's.
Oh my gosh!
Please tell me he thought it was the screen. I'm for real. Tell me he thought it was a screen there. Cause what? All right, man. Now this is the Giants one. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Listen, no, it's because you know how like people try to like juke somebody. It looks like he was about to try to juke them.
I'm just asking.
It's like he couldn't decide if he was going to an inside move or an outside move to get to the back of the end zone. It's just like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
I'm
I've
just
never
trying to
seen
figure
that
out.
in the middle of a field, like in the middle of a route. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay. All right. So I just wanted to see. Lou must not. He must not be there. He must not be.
I think Lou is choosing peace right now. Lou might be choosing peace.
No, no, no. I'm here. No, I'm definitely here. But I've been telling y'all, I didn't have to watch. I didn't have to watch none of this film to know Caleb Douglas sucks. No, he's terrible. And y'all can sit here and say what y'all want. Tone, I can if I highlight a comment, you can't see the comments, can you?
I can see it. If I yeah, I can see him now. I just
Okay. While you were talking about Caleb Douglas and stuff,
yeah.
and these are the comments right here that get me mad. Cool boy Curry. It's practice. Now the problem is, right? Because I agree with him. It is practice. Now, Tone Finsanity, when he's been catching these 1-2 balls at practice and people saying he's dominating, where's he been doing that at?
Practice.
So it's not practice when he catches the ball. It's not practice when he does great things according to y'all. But when he messes up or he don't do anything, oh, it's just practice. You see the hypocrisy in that?
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? You see how people are just fanboys and they just want to believe and stuff? No, don't believe. He's trash.
The I wouldn't say trash, but that route was completely trash. I
The
would say
man, the man
that.
caused an interception. He bunny hopped in on like a 30-yard route. He can't run routes. He drops passes. He don't know where the sideline is. I mean, what could Caleb Douglas do?
Mm. Okay.
No, he's terrible. Now, have y'all watched any of these other receivers that are rookie receivers?
Yeah.
Do you see what they're doing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you see Deshaun Stribling with the 49ers?
Yes.
Do you
Mhm.
see Casey Concepcion for the Cleveland Browns?
Yes.
Yeah.
You see Jacoby Lane for the Baltimore Ravens?
Yep.
Yes.
All these guys are
The guy
better
from
than
Atlanta.
Caleb
What's his name
Douglas.
from Atlanta?
Zachariah Branch.
Jacobell Branch. Yeah, that's the ones I wanted to.
You,
But yeah.
you you see all these guys making way more plays than Caleb Douglas. But we want to sit here and pretend like he's doing something. Nah, Tone is not going to tell you because again, Tone's a good dude. And Finsanity, we know Finsanity is a sweetheart, and she's not going to tell you. But lucky enough for Tone and Finsanity, they got a person like me that will tell you. He sucks. He's terrible. But go ahead, Tone, my bad.
Okay, here we go. Let me go back to full screen. Okay, now this is the Giants. This is 1st and 10.
Mhm.
I'll say that wasn't a bad rep by Chop, but I think that's the best he get. And this right here, guys, is Isaiah Likely. Seen that movie put on? I don't know who that linebacker is. Now, this right here, that could have been a game ender right there. That could have been a game ender. That was another 1st and 10. Let me rewind this, though. Sorry, my good people. This was Chop right here. He got a little bit push on the bull rush. At least got close to him, but, no pressure. Right? Whew, that was the play. 1st down. Let me pause. This is Chop Robinson here. Sorry. Here you go for here. Just pay attention to Chop. Chop here. That's no pressure, my brother. Again, Chop here. And notice the 3 catches on his drive were the same guy, Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely. This is 3rd. I thought it was 11, but it's 3rd and 7. This is 3rd and 7, Lou. 3rd and 7. 1st down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 yards. Matter of fact, 9.5 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Don't make no sense.
Trump's here, single set, 3-by-1. What are we doing?
You know the screen is coming just off the formation the Giants have.
This is the one I'm talking about. Watch this. If this is Tennant Corner, which is 84. Oh, shucks. My bad. I rewind too far. My bad. Let me go back. All right. Shucks. Hold on. I'm going too far back. Hold on. Let me zoom up. Towards the end. Got to be back towards the end. All right, here we go. 37. Here we go. If this is Tennant Corner, I don't know. He's 84. This is the game on the line. Just look. That's the photo. Like, what? Oh, I think I went back to too far again. Okay, this is it right here. Look at where they at before they even get contact with him. Look where they at. Look, he got the ball. This is the closest person to him. This is the first down. The closest person is right at the first down sticks when he catch the ball or when they throw the ball. Turn around. He's able to block him. He's too far back. So you got one person blocking two people or preventing them from touching him. And first down with the game on the line, 36 seconds left. 36 seconds. 3rd and 7. That's what you call. That is unhappening. And we point out my brother right here. Yeah, we needed you in the game. This is Kyle Lewis here, sitting on the sideline, by the way. It's Kyle Lewis. Like, I don't get that. But hey, that was it right there. All the way down to the 35-yard line. Isaiah Likely right there, and that was it, people. That was it. Isaiah Likely got into field goal range. He nailed. There was only 8 seconds left on the clock. 18 seconds left on the clock. All they did was they got up, they tried to rush to the line, and that's when a fight started right then and there. And I don't even know if they let them because he spiked it in time, and I don't know if they let him even kick the field goal because they got in a fight after he spiked the ball. So there you have it. That was the entire first team reps except for one segment. Did we get the 8-10 touchdown? Oh, yeah, that was all the way at the beginning. It's so y'all can judge for yourself if y'all think the offensive line was completely terrible like they said, or was it that right side getting lit up for the most part, and then, Patrick Paul held on one, and then you seen Caden Proctor get pushed back a couple of times. You get what I'm saying? So I always say, take it with a grain of salt. I'll be writers. They'll be writers. There'll be writers will tell you that was complete domination. How many of y'all watched this and saw complete domination from that offensive line? From that defensive line. For the most part, it looked like their edges took times whooping that right side.
Yeah.
And then y'all saw, there was actually 3, but y'all saw 2 of that tackle down here just getting to Malik like this. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. When I go out there, I'm telling y'all the honest truth. I'm not going to over-exaggerate it. I'm not going to under-exaggerate it. Did I say Patrick Paul was up and down? There wasn't 100% consistency. Y'all watch the plays. Tell me what y'all thought about him. Was he up and down? The run game, I said they had maybe 1-2 good run plays. Y'all watch the plays. Tell me how many good run plays y'all saw. Luke came out and said it looked like they were stuffing the run for the whole time. So I'm just here to give y'all honesty. I'm just here to tell y'all the real story. Now there was a big play by Ollie Gordon that was on the second team. I really don't focus on second teams over here. You had one of those 36 Donovan, what's his name? Donovan something? The dude come out of Michigan. He was all hyped up.
Donovan Edwards.
Donovan Edwards, he had a couple good runs. I will give him that. But that's third team. So if that was, the thing that they were talking about overall running the football, I guess if you say that. But as far as first team, what we saw outside that 70-yard one to the house and that one that he cut back and went, what can we say? So any questions from anybody so far with that segment? What are y'all overall set? What were y'all overall assessment of what y'all just saw? How now do y'all think I'm tripping? 55-45? You think it's more 60-40, 65-35? What y'all think?
Nah, I don't think you're tripping. Again, I don't think the Dolphins got dominated by no stretch of the imagination. One thing I did notice is I didn't see Will Kazmarek at all.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Um, no, again, I'm not even trying to be funny. If this offensive line, especially on the right side, that we can all see now, is struggling, what the hell is Will Kazmarek doing? Because what
They
I
got to
heard
bring him
was,
in. Yeah.
didn't Will Kazmarek get pushed to the ground yesterday?
Yes. Yes, he did.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Remember when we drafted him, and I said you'll be able to go plays and games and stuff where you don't feel him,
Yeah.
where you don't even notice him. You're starting to see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't even feel it. You don't even notice that he's out on the field.
It was one of them. He was only that one time, and I don't know if y'all remember that one that it was the one where they got destroyed going in. That one that he missed right there in that area to the left. That was the one pass attempt that they attempted to Kazmarek, and that was it. And it was a miss. And that was on that final drive when they just got completely destroyed. They were like, no, let's redo this. So that's that. Anything from you, Fitzsanity?
As far as a question,
Anything, just yeah. For this segment, If not, we could go to the last. We could go to the second because we got two more segments to go on, and I can't wait to get to this next one because we already an hour in.
Yeah, I think it just goes to the reiteration of the notion of our wide receivers can't get open. Respectfully, we didn't necessarily, harp on that too much. But yeah, I wouldn't say complete domination. I think you were very, fair and just in your assessment. Make sure you guys please vote on the poll. A poll was just put into the chat. The question is, did the Giants D-line completely dominate the Dolphins O-line? Just let us know how you feel. Honestly, there's no right or wrong answer. It's what you feel. But no, Tone, I think we're ready to go into the segment where I think I'm going to have a chance to just, enjoy the fireworks. Okay?
Yeah. And my best, I did adjust that. There was that one segment when I don't know if y'all saw the fight video. It was a dude in the background. The commentating was hilarious, by the way. On that big fight, he was like, "It's 305." And I asked your little brother. I saw, he was funny. I ain't noticed he was that funny until I was like, "Dog," he was talking all that, but he was so animated, and he's recording like this, phone out, just recording. And they came up there and he stood up for a whole segment of the first team. And then he finally moved, and I was able to get a play. But yeah, the Caleb Douglas did have that one catch that called the 5-yard catch. He did. So okay, well, since we're done here, let's get back to the. Here we go.
Okay. Sorry, give me a second. Lou, you with us still?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't miss this segment for the world.
Okay, I think, we can give Tony a break real quick. Lou, so, as you know, there was a lot of chippy fights, a lot of aggressiveness, a lot of physicality. And it's very interesting to me that Hafley would say he wants his guys to be physical. He wants to kill the soft narrative, but it came out that he does not want these guys to fight. How do you feel about what came out, the news and everything that came out about the team fighting, Austin Jackson being benched, Austin Jackson having to be put back in because he said they would be kicked out, but technically he was only benched/suspended because he got brought back into that practice. And you know what? Let's focus on the culture. Who sets the culture? The players or the coach? Because obviously some fights happened.
You know what, Finsanity, Tone? I'm so glad now we finally got some players that are willing to look our coach in the face and basically say,
"Shut your bitch ass up."
This is not what we're doing.
I was in the space yesterday while Tone was getting this great film and giving us updates and stuff, and we got a report early on in training camp that Abdul Carter lost a rep to Patrick Paul, which, again, evidence shows Patrick Paul was doing a number pretty much almost all day on those guys. So I can see the frustration. But we got a report that Abdul Carter went and threw a punch at Patrick Paul.
I
And
mean, I
Patrick
got that
Paul,
one too. You're wrong.
well, I'm just saying, Patrick Paul, supposedly did the right thing according to what his coach wanted him to do. He didn't do nothing. What happened 2 plays later was another Giant player took a swing at I think our tight end Cole Turner, took a punch at him. So I proceeded Finsanity and Tone to say in the space, listen, I get what coach is saying from a discipline standpoint. He wants his guys to be disciplined, this, that, and the third. But I also strongly believe that you don't let the bully you. I do believe in that. Especially in a practice. What preceded was our guys started fighting back. I 100% agree with that message. And y'all know I've turned into a Halfley guy. I love Halfley's approach. And I just think in this situation, he's wrong. If you teach these guys to be so disciplined that they're just willing to let anything happen to them on the field, it's not good. Because I've made this point other times, or specifically yesterday. I'm gonna make it here on the show. Brian Flores was disciplined. When Brian Flores was our coach for his first 2 years, we were one of the least penalized teams in the league. We were very disciplined. You know what I watched, Finsanity Tone? I watched Brian Flores walk halfway across the field trying to fight not only coaches for Cincinnati, but players for Cincinnati for what he felt was wrong doing to one of his football players. The team was still disciplined, right? I heard Jordan Brooks kind of leaned into him yesterday. I heard Aaron Brewer kind of leaned into him yesterday. A guy that gets no credit around here, Austin Jackson. A salute to Austin Jackson for fighting back yesterday. I love Tone. I won't take some of his thunder. I think he wants to talk about some of the defense sticking up and fighting us. Salute to all them. At the end of the day, I was saying that yesterday. A lot of people within the fan base were telling me I'm wrong. We need discipline. Oh my God, we need scholars out here. We need discipline. Over here on this channel, who have we said consistently are some of them dogs on the football team? Has Aaron Brewer been one of them dogs that we've
Yeah, Aaron
mentioned?
Brewer, Jordan Brooks.
Funny today, there's a video that comes out of Aaron Brewer right after practice. They interviewed him. They asked Aaron Brewer specifically about Austin Jackson and did he like or what did he see about, Austin Jackson throwing the punch or creating that fight or whatever? Aaron Brewer said exactly what I said. In a game, you might want to use your restraint and maybe not take that 15-yard penalty and walk away from the situation. But Aaron Brewer also said, when people are hitting you in the mouth, what are you going to do? That's what he said. The same thing I said. In my opinion, from what I heard when the Giants were like trying to bully us, that's when the Dolphins looked their worst in practice. When they started fighting back, they started playing a little bit better. The energy gets up in the building. So respectfully, Coach, I get what you're trying to do. You're just let these boys play football. We don't want choir boys out here. Remember when we were looking for a coach and I was so high on John Harbaugh? This is why. Tone Finsanity, I don't know if the Giants are going to be able to win football games. I can't predict the future. You know what we can tell you after one joint practice? They're going to be tough. They're going to be physical. They're going to be those teams that might do some things after the whistle. They might be chippy and stuff, but that's the right mindset. You got to have that to win football games in this league. You got to have it. And from what I seen from my team yesterday, I could take the 55-45. We already talked about it. That's what Tone's assessment was. I would agree with that. 55-45. If you want to make it closer, cool. The fact that they fought back, the fact that Jordan Brooks was there and he didn't like what he was seeing, and he told up. He told the team something. Aaron Brewer told the team something. We're starting to get that culture. And I'll end it here. I'll throw it to y'all. What we've always talked about on this channel, specifically me and Tone, is mindset and who creates the culture. I think Halfley walked in here with an idea, with a, hey, this is what I want my football team to look. This is what I want us to look like. But who implements that, who creates that, is the players. And the reason I say that is because that's the same thing Brian Flores wanted. But when the players decided they weren't going to push back and they didn't want that, there was nothing that coach could do. So Halfley wanted it. The difference is with this football team, Tone and Finsanity, the players are implementing it, right? The players are the one that's saying, you know what, enough is enough. I don't want to do this, coach. My plan wasn't to throw punches out here today. But when that team starts doing it, nah, we ain't going to sit here and just get punched in the mouth. We're not going to get bullied at the same time. So I'm sorry, Coach Halfley. I'm a Halfley guy. I like and love certain things that you're doing. This is one where I think you're dead wrong. And I'm glad that the guys that really established the culture kind of took a stand. And I'll say this real quick. I don't like that he put Austin Jackson back in the game, though. And this is why. If you are that kind of coach, though, and these are your rules, even when the players break them, if these are the rules you're going to make, then stand on it. I'll just say that. Don't back down and be like, hey, and again, I know that Malik and maybe other players asked for him. Cool, but I don't know. Could it be a problem? Because if you're trying to set rules and you start letting players dictate your rules, I'm just saying I would have loved Halfley. If I don't agree with it, but if these are your rules, you should have stood on it. And at least in my opinion, I wouldn't have brought Austin Jackson back if it's the rule, but I would have never had the rule to begin with anyway. But that's just my thought. Salute to the guys that fought, and hopefully they continue to fight the entire season. If this is just what it is, you gotta be able at some point to stick up for yourself.
Got anything for Senator?
Yeah. So the narrative before, I guess, that locker room meeting was the same old Dolphins. Here was a team that can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because like you cutting it off. You sure? Can I make the point before you say no? Can I make the point? Are you sure? Or do you just okay? So back to what I was saying. The narrative would have been the same old Dolphins. Why? Because it would have been a team that was getting punched in the mouth that did not punch back. We can go into whether it's soft, whether it's discipline or not. Respectfully, if someone walks into your building, into your facility, and has the nerve to say, this is the line, we know what your coach said, we dare you to cross it. They were literally intentionally antagonizing our players. And for a minute, our players were saying, you know what? We're following coach. We're going to do it the right way. Now, to their point, to their credit, we're making you act like this because we're dominating you and you're getting frustrated. But to lose point, it would have came off very, to me, soft if you let someone come into your practice facility in front of your fans and just beat up on you like that, to punch on you like that. Like, respectfully, to me, my mindset, or maybe not Tony's mindset, would have been, oh, it's the same old Dolphins. They're soft. They're letting these guys, these grown men, do whatever they want to do in their house, on their field, in their practice facility, which is one of the better ones to credit, Stephen Ross. Last year, the narrative was, we got whooped. We got whooped. To Tony, I would literally have to ask him this. Before the brawl, right? You said that it didn't look as well as it did after, right? They came out with a vigor. They came out with a fight within them, right? To Lou's point, and to someone in the chat, yeah, when you're fighting for your brothers out there and you know, like, hey, we're in this together, then you know what? Let the bodies hit the flow. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let it be what it is. But at least we all came together and said, hey, one team, one band, one sound. So to me, I think that these guys going out there, showing the fight, showing the ability to say, you know what, we're going to stand as a unit together and we're going to continue to do it the right way. But if they want to bring this energy, we're going to match it. To me, that shows a difference in the mentality and difference in the mindset. And I absolutely love that. I love the fact that Malik Willis and Aaron Brewer literally took the time to say, nah, y'all, scratch all that. Scratch all of that. We're not going to allow these people, we're not going to allow the Giants to do this. We're not going to let these beat reporters write, oh, yeah, our players were swinging on them and Miami had no smoke for us. Respectfully, we thought it was bad when they said that they dominated and it wasn't even that close. Imagine what would have happened if we didn't fight back, if we didn't do nothing, against it. It is what it is. I purposely think that the players are setting a culture. And to me, this shows leadership because why? The players followed. They could have been like, man, I ain't listening to none of that. Coach said this. I'm not trying to get kicked out of practice. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to be disciplined. Nah. The next time they said, let's go. So to your point and to your point that you've been making year after year that you guys have been doing this show, the players help establish this culture. And I'm actually starting to see that the leadership that is within the locker room is truly established. It is truly established. And I like that it is a mentality. It is a mindset that these players are galvanized. They do feel together. The locker room does feel cohesive. So to that point, I'm glad that we have the right people in place. For Hafley, I get what he's trying to do. It's practice. It is what it is. I don't think that doing this in practice is going to set it up for them to do in the game. Like, I think they're a lot smarter and more logical in that sense. But you're not going to let someone walk up into this practice and say, and do whatever they want to do to you, respectfully. So to me, I'm happy that they did it. And a part of me, and I don't want to say this, like, but just a thought, maybe Hafley was quietly a little bit proud internally. I don't think he liked it, but them coming together as a team and just doing it, I think any coach saying, oh, my players aren't going to, just sit down and lay down and take that type of stuff in front of the camera, oh, we can't have that. In that locker room, that's what you're supposed to do. That's all I got to say. Tone?
Okay. Let me see it. Can y'all see that clear? Clear?
It's small, but yeah. Clear.
Okay. It's too small. Okay. Because I wanted to bring up the actual punch that happened, but I wanted to make sure it was, well, for everyone, it's on the channel. Just go look at the clips on the clip segment. I have the brawl and I have the actual punch from Abdul Carter to Patrick Paul. I would say the reason I said no for Cindy, I made sure I went back and listened before I came off just to make sure. You said it right the second time. The first time you said the narrative before the meeting was the same old Dolphins. But I guessing you meant the narrative would have been the same old Dolphins because that's how you said it the second time, which I agree with that. Because let me explain something to both of y'all. Lewis, yours wasn't as bad. The Miami Dolphins offensive line was destroying them. Remember, this is before they got on one-on-ones. So the punch that happened to Patrick Paul was because Patrick Paul was dominating them. And what Hafley want them to do is dominate in between the whistles, right? So when you see them punching, it's because they was losing their cool and doing it after the play. This is what all of the extra was. He was antagonizing him. After you just got pushed down, why would you get up? Remember, Patrick Paul was bullying someone on the ground. Thibodeau came and pushed Austin Jackson over while Patrick Paul had his one of their teammates on the ground. So they was not being bullied during the play. It was all the after the play action that Hafley didn't want them to do because, hey, get them in between the whistles. I still disagree with that. I still do because at some point you got to be like, no, we just both get kicked out of the game at this point because, yeah, we dominated you between the whistles, but now you getting frustrated. Well, technically they probably would have been already got that flagged, but in a training, in a practice segment, no, I don't care. It's a practice. Coach, you just going to have to put me on the sideline because they doing it too much, right? So, for instance, on the one with Patrick Paul, when he got punched, before that, he jacked him up 5 extra seconds after the play was over. That's why the dude Carter got frustrated. And you see him, if you see, he turned around, ran at him after you just got bullied, and then threw the punch. You get what I'm saying? Patrick Paul is kind of pessimistic like that. He's really like that, right? The problem was, well, what Lou said was, shout out to Jordan Brooks for telling them and getting on them and letting them know, no, we're not having it. That's incorrect. Defense was taking that fight to them from the get-go. That's why I would tell everybody, all of those fights that happened, that was the defense over there whooping behind over there. The defense was handling that from the get-go. Jordan Brooks had them on ready to go. It was the offense that it seemed like their defense was trying to turn up like our defense was. And even though they was doing the little things after the whistle, our players was going back to the line, might say something, but going back to the line, but they're actually pushing afterwards. They're actually getting extra jabs in. And then on one time when Austin Jackson got pushed down the first time, they didn't do nothing. They just went and picked him up and it went back down a play. And that's why you see during the play, he's beating them, but still they getting up and fighting afterwards. At that point, now you got to set the tone, and they didn't do that. So Aaron Brewer took them to the locker room after that segment, and that's when him and Malik Willis went in, and I don't know whatever they told them. Whatever they had told them, when they came out, it had to be the first or the second. I think it was the second play of that segment when Patrick Paul was bullying him, and they pushed Austin Jackson over him. Austin Jackson, instead of getting up and going back to the line or just talking trash, that's when he punched the dude and knocked his helmet off. It would have been it would have been a flag. Mind you, the only one doing that whole time, no one threw a punch from the Giants. No one threw a punch. They was talking trash. They was getting little extra blocks, or is on a pile instead of just letting the pile. They'll jump on the pile and hit them. Things like that. It's like, come on, bro, you being extra. But when they pushed him down, he got up and knocked his helmet off. Hafley took him out the game, and that's why you see all the majority of those plays. You see Charlie Heck in the game, or you see some of Caden, I forgot whatever his name is, right? This part, I disagree with you as well, Lou. There is no way, ever, 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 as a coach, my quarterback, the leader of my team, after that segment over, come to me and say, no, they got the best of us, but I don't have my guy on here. In the real game, he's getting a 15-yard penalty, but he's still playing. So I need him on this field because we went in there. Remember, Hafley didn't go in there with them. Hafley was over there with the defense. So he probably wasn't even aware that they went in there and had that talk. He probably wasn't even aware of that. Malik Willis probably let him know that and be like, nah, bro, we told them they was getting too chippy because Hafley wasn't there to see what that defense was doing to our offense. He just heard that he threw a punch, told them taken out, and he was still over there with the defense. So he wasn't aware of the entire thing that was going down. That's probably what Malik Willis told him. No, coach, this is what was going on. He got pushed over. He got up and hit him. They was doing this the whole time. And for your franchise quarterback, no, yes, you have to understand, because what I'm going to say as the franchise quarterback, coach, you don't have to be on that field with us. He does. You're not going to be able to fight with us in between the whistles. We are. So yes, let them players, because if the players set the culture, you can't sit there and let that quarterback go to you and say, "Nah, I need my guys," and you say no, because now you're handcuffing them and they can't set the culture now. Now, what are you trying to build here? What type of mentality are you trying to give us? And when you like what Aaron Brewer said, no, at some point, if someone keep punching in your mouth, what are you going to do about it? You punch them back. Sometimes it's warranted, because in practice they could get away with stuff, and you have to show them, nah, this is not what we're here for. You get what I'm saying? It's only so much what we can let y'all get away with. Oh, so y'all just think y'all gonna take advantage because it's practice and y'all can get kicked out. Well, we could take advantage of that too. And now let's see how y'all feel when not only we dominated y'all inside the lines, now we're taking it to the extra step now, and then you get it, you get it together, right? So I didn't mind how that went down, and I love the fact that the players took control, because they have to set this culture. You get what I'm saying? Not coach. That's coach. Lou, you said it yourself. I would have never had that rule in the first place. Me personally, I understand the rule. You have to be disciplined. But there's come a point of time, which this was a perfect time, when it's like, hey, coach, we understand what you're saying, but damn that. They here trying to set a tone. We have to match that energy to let them know it ain't going down like that. This is not how it's going. You're not going to just come in here and think that you're going to be able to do all this extra stuff, and we're going to continue to let you get away with it. With all due respect to you, coach, we got to handle our business, because we on the field. Because in order for us to make them respect us, we got to match that energy. So you got to understand that. I have absolutely no problem with him going over coach head and say, nah, this let the players handle this. Because you know who did that? Ray Lewis. You know who also did that? Teddy Bruschi, Tom Brady's. We've seen incidents when coaches be like, oh no, I step back and let them handle it. So no, I think that's for me, just my personal opinion. Yes, you let them handle that, because we want our players to set the culture. And that's what, go ahead.
No, I agree. But he should have set the culture when he heard that dumbass rule in the first place then.
No, and I agree with you on that part, but I don't expect you to
Because what I'm saying is Ray Lewis, if Ray Lewis would have heard that rule, Ray Lewis would have put a stop to it right then and there.
He probably would have.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So no, I don't have to wait for that. I think it's just a stupid rule anyway. Like if that's what it is, and as far as like with the Jordan Brooks, I think you know, maybe you're right, but I look at Jordan Brooks as a leader of not only the defense but the overall football team.
Yes.
So I don't.
But remember, they're not on the same sideline. This is not like Jordan Brooks see what's going on over there. They're on the opposite field.
But I think Jordan Brooks is maybe I guess what I'm trying to say, Tone, is I think Jordan Brooks is one of those players that has already let the entire football team know, because we heard him do it last year, right?
Yeah.
No, we ain't gonna be like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they know Jordan Brooks, whether he was on that side or not, he wouldn't have liked what was going on, especially early with the offense. Like,
of course not.
So that's all I'm saying. I just think, again, ultimately, I'm with you. I think the players definitely set the culture. I do believe that I'm glad they fought back. I just wouldn't have waited. Like, again, I get the players set the culture, but I guess where's the gray area at? If we're gonna have a conversation, where's the gray area? Because at some point, when people say coaching matters, I'm not trying to bring up McDaniel, but in this scenario, that's what we didn't like, or certain people didn't like about McDaniel, is that players ran over him, right? And I'm not saying players are running over Halfley. Again, I want to be clear. I don't agree with the rule. But if that's the rule of the coach, and you start letting players define the rules, if they do it once, they're going to do it twice. If they do it twice, they're going to be.
That's what I think. That's where you're wrong. He set his rule. Austin Jackson set out the whole practice. His rule was there. This is the last moment of the game. Remember, they had that segment, and it didn't work.
Right.
Malik Willis was like, "Hey, coach, bro, we get it. You wasn't over here. This what happened. I need him in
Absolutely.
here. And we need, as a coach, remember when we were saying about Brian Flores? You have to understand when you can't take it overboard. There's a fine line. As a coach, that's me. I got a rule. I'm like, nah, bro. Listen, I'm trying to get y'all to be disciplined. Handle it in between the lines, but don't do nothing foolish that get you kicked out, because practice is what makes perfect. Well, perfect practice makes perfect. So if we practice retaliating every time somebody hit me, then you're going to do it in the game. It's going to cost us 15 yards or you might get suspended. So I understand the mentality of the rule, but you have to also understand, coach, this is practice. They've been doing it all game. He retaliated, and I think he retaliated. He was justified for the way he retaliated. And we went in there, had a meeting, and told them we're not letting it go down like that. And as a head coach, we're like, oh, y'all went in there. Oh, they were doing. Okay, so you as the leader of this offense, and you said, okay, well, you know what? Let's get it together. Go out there. I don't want to see no foolishness. I don't want to see no nonsense. But y'all better win this segment. Get in there and atone for your mistakes, because guess what you're going to have to do in the game? If you just so happen to get a 15-yard penalty, guess what Austin Jackson is going to have to do? He's going to have to atone for that mistake. This is an opportunity for you to do it right now in practice.
1,000%.
And that's still letting the players know I'm not ruling with an iron fist like I don't understand. It's my way or the highway, and there's no understanding that, okay, coach, sometimes you have to realize right now is not the time for that. And I think
1,000%.
Beautiful.
And again, I'll concede that to you, right? I'll concede that. You listen to your face of your franchise or who you deemed as one of your leaders. I get all that. You don't get redos in the real game. And I always hear you say, you got to practice how you play. So, because practice makes perfect in the game. I don't give a damn if you lost a rep. I don't care if it was 2 sacks. I don't care if Malik was frustrated. I don't care about none of that. If I'm the coach, Austin Jackson.
No, you're right.
I hear what you're
right. You don't do redos. And in the real game, Austin Jackson
but they gave it
to
him.
Game, not Charlie Heck. So yes, they did the right thing.
Well, again, and that's fine. But you do know.
I was gonna do.
No. In a NFL game,
Charlie
the
Heck would have been on the
rules.
sideline. Austin Jackson would have been in the game.
All right, cool. But in a real game in the NFL, if you throw a punch, you're out of the game. So Austin Jackson wouldn't have been back in the game.
Well, if you're gonna go like that,
no. Let's call it
no. Then
let's call it by what it is. He wouldn't have been back in the game.
The guy that he punched would have been out because he threw the punch at the beginning. So if you're gonna go like that, then he would have been out the game.
Then they both would have been. Then they both would have been out because again,
so now that this is practice, you have to simulate it to where, hey, if he's.
I'm just talking about in a real game, they both would have been thrown out, but Charlie Heck would have been in that scenario. He would have been in the game.
No, he wouldn't have, because the guy.
Yes, he would have.
No, he wouldn't have. Because if Charlie Heck wouldn't have been in the game, because the guy that was doing everything that he was doing to create the issue would have never been in the game in the first place, because he would have been kicked out from the beginning when he was doing the foolishness.
Okay. Now I'm just talking about that what we win.
Well, you can't have that without the other Lou. You can't say
I'm just talking about cool. I get so the other guy wouldn't have been out. Let's say another guy would have did it. All I'm saying is what happened with. All right, Tom, you got it.
You can't. You're not gonna play that.
You ain't trying to, but you ain't trying to listen. No. Again, it's the truth. All right, cool. No. What I'm saying is you're just like, oh, let's go back. We're talking about one specific play. That's what we're talking about.
Well, you said there's no do-overs, which is that segment. Well, we didn't actually do over. We actually did the segment how it was supposed to be made with all 5 of our starters in the game, instead of you with this stupid old rule, because they didn't
do what they were supposed to do, because they were supposed to score, ain't they? They didn't score. So even when they brought Austin Jackson back, they still failed.
Scored. They got in the field goal range. What are you talking about?
Okay, all right.
You forgot the second one they got in field goal range, they scored. So yes, they did do what they had to do. When he told them put Austin Jackson in the game, you forgot that's when he hit Dose across the middle.
Yeah. They did an amazing job in something that wouldn't have happened in the real game. But let's give them credit.
Well, in the real game, no, that would have happened in the real game, because Austin Jackson would have been at right tackle.
No, he wouldn't have.
Yes, he would have.
No, he wouldn't have. Again, you're going back to the beginning of practice when the other guy would have been out. Cool. What we do know is the entire practice.
Time out. Listen what you're saying. I'm talking about on that play. Forget the beginning then. Let's just talk about on that play. Don't forget, The guy went and pushed Austin Jackson down, knocked him over. So he would have
Right.
been out.
Thank you. Cool. Now, all I'm saying is I'll let you get that off, right? Now, watch this. They always say the second person, right, is the one that gets caught. So
Not
now
this year because
Austin
they
Jackson,
changed the rule. Not
I
this
was
year because they
just,
changed the
all
rule.
I'm trying
You
to
can go
do,
watch the film.
all I'm trying to do is finish my point. That's it.
But you're wrong because they
But
that's
no,
not
no,
the
I'm
rule this
wrong, and
year.
I'm wrong because you're saying I'm wrong.
No, because the
But
rule.
I
They
can't
changed
even
the
get
rule.
out what I'm saying without
All
you
right, go
telling
ahead.
me I'm wrong.
Because you are. That's the
No,
rule.
no, in your opinion, I'm wrong. Well, I think
No,
you're
with
dead
the
ass
rule.
wrong down too. Now,
Lou,
where are we at when I think you're wrong too? Where are we at now?
you could think I'm wrong, but it's a rule. You
Likewise,
can say that you're
and
wrong.
that's what
I'm
I'm
telling you
saying.
what the rule
Likewise.
is.
So when the dude pushes Austin Jackson, who's gonna stop? Now that guy's gonna go out, Tone, because that
Yes.
guy is push Austin Jackson, right?
Yes.
He's going to go out of the game. But when
Yes.
Austin Jackson gets up and throws a punch at him, now Austin Jackson is following him to the locker room.
Yes.
Cool. So at that point, Austin Jackson and that guy's not coming in the game. Guess who
Yes.
is? Charlie Heck.
Yes.
Are they getting a do-over? Is Malik going to be able to go to coach or the referee or the NFL league office and say, hey, no, I just got sacked twice. I need Austin Jackson to come back. Is he going to be able to do that?
Yeah, but the guy would not be in the game to sack him twice. He would never been in the game to sack
What
him
are we
twice.
talking? You know what? All right.
That's what I'm talking about. What you trying? Leaving that part out. The one that was on the sacks is the one that would have been suspended. So he would have never been to do that. Don't leave that part out. He was the one that was wreaking havoc. So if you're going to go by that rule, Lou, then take him out and take his sacks that he had out too. Now what we got?
Well, take him out. I don't care. Take him out.
My point. So you cannot say, oh, then they would have lost. You don't know that because he would have never been in the game. So what I'm saying is, if all things is created evenly, if you let this guy stay in, then it's only right. Then I let my guy stay in, and let's see how it goes then. Because you can't let the one that started it that would have got kicked out, and then
Don't cry. Well, address that early from day one and tell Halfley this is a stupid ass rule. No.
You learn.
Well, again, that's fine. Again, a person like me and you. Look how animated. Look at the debate me and you are having now. If I'm telling you, and again, Tony, I ain't gonna speak for you. I'm gonna speak for me. If I'm in day one of training camp, mini camp, whatever you want to call it, I hear Halfley say some dumbass shit like that. I'm telling Halfley, shut your stupid ass up, because I ain't trying to hear none of that dumbass shit you talking about. Because I don't want to wait to a practice where someone is out here throwing punches at me, so I can come to you after and say, "Hey, coach, no, this is what." No, hell no.
But that don't make no sense. So
it does make sense. What are you talking about?
So you want your player to practice losing their cool, because if you're going by what actually went out.
No.
Hold on.
I don't want him to cry and say in the middle of a drill, "Hey, it's not going our way, coach."
Because if you're going by what happened,
he wouldn't have had to if that stupid ass rule wasn't in place.
There would have been 3 people, 2 for sure, because Abdul Carter and Kayvon Thibodeau, they both would have got been ejected because they lost their cool, right? So we going by that. Then you had a team that was undisciplined.
We going back to all the way in the beginning of practice. All right,
No, because you said that's a stupid. You went back to the beginning and said that was the stupid rule.
I'm saying from day one, I didn't mention none of the Giants. I didn't bring up Abdul Carter or nobody. I'm talking from a Dolphin perspective.
All right, so you can go back to day one, but I can't go back to the beginning of the practice. How do that work?
Who the one that made the dumbass rule, Tom?
I understand he went to the rule, but I'm giving you why I understand what the rule is. You don't want your people, you want them to be mentally tough. And some of that, it comes with being having restraint. And understand, in between these lines, in the game time, it's foolishness. And you're hurting your team if you let someone make you do something that's going to get you ejected. Now you can't play the rest of the game. And the guy that pissed you off is going to continue to play, and you just weakened our team. So, yes, I understand the mindset. But then you have these one-offs when, as a player that's in the heat of the battle, saying, nah, coach, we would have had to take that one on the chin, because this is the situation where you're like, nah. Like the time when, what's the doggone D tackle name from Philly, when he spit on the other player? Jalen Carter. Nah, coach, he spit on him. Let him go ahead and shove. You see, they went to pushing and shoving. They went doing everything. Carter got kicked out. Well, I don't think they caught it on camera. But that's one of the ones you like, Coach, we'll deal with that. Understandably. Now, but the mindset, initially, you don't go in there and say, hey, man, I want to discipline the team, but you don't tell them or you allow them to go out there and punch, kick, and let people get under your skin because that's what they're doing it for. They're doing that to get a reaction out of you. This is literally why they're antagonizing you. This is literally why they're doing these little nitpicking things so they can make you do what they want to do. That's why I told you when I saw what happened with Patrick Paul, I looked at the response. He put his hands up, pointed at him like you would have been kicked out, my brother. I just got you to react how I wanted you to react. Now my team is up one. That's the mentality that they're trying to get him to have. Because you got mad, you were getting dominated, and you got frustrated and you threw a punch at me. Now, does it suit your team for Patrick Paul at that point, your best tackle, to punch back at somebody that he made frustrated and got him to react the way he wanted? No, it makes no sense for him to punch him at that point.
It makes sense to me.
Right, but that's to you. You're a fan. You're on the outside. You're not in the trenches when now you have a big hole at your left tackle. But what you will be doing, right? You will be killing whoever going at left tackle if they end up getting destroyed and we end up losing the game for it. You will kill him for that.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would. The backup tackle, if he
Not
get in
me.
the game, getting there.
Not me.
So you're going to say,
me.
it's cool. He's the backup, so I expect him to get beat.
No. No. I don't expect the backup to get beat. I don't expect someone to punch me and me not punch back.
So are you or are you not going to be killing the backup if he's in that game?
I'm not killing the backup. No.
So you're gonna be cool with him getting beat?
No. I'm gonna kill the backup when he's losing, when he's getting his ass ripped because he shouldn't be getting his. He should do your job.
Right.
I'm not mad because you're in the game.
I ain't say you're gonna be mad at him in the game. I never said that. I said if he's in there getting his behind whooped and
I'm mad. I'm mad at any player. I'm mad at well again.
That's my point.
I'm mad at Patrick Paul. Patrick Paul didn't lose. He didn't miss no reps. But the ones where he got his ass whooped, I'll be mad at him.
Right, of course. I'm not.
It's the same thing. I'm not mad. If Patrick Paul throws a punch and he goes out of the game, cool. It is what it is. But what I'm saying is, Patrick Paul, he got punched first, right? No, you got to punch back. Period. I'm setting that culture. Well, that's the culture I'm setting.
Well, and that's you setting a culture of undisciplined players.
Well, you know what?
We can't have a strong mentally with the mental mindset.
I know we can't.
And you say you're going in there like that. That do not go hand in hand, Lou. It doesn't.
It does go well again.
When you trying to get them to react that way, you literally it's chess, Lou. It's not check. It's chess. This is a chess.
It is. It's not checkers. It's chess. I completely agree. You know who used to be? Because you're saying Patrick Paul and the Dolphins, they were, let's say, antagonizing the Giants, so the Giants would react. Correct? Ain't that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Patrick Paul. Tone, who's your favorite college football team?
UM, of course.
You know what UM used to do? Antagonize everybody.
No.
What?
No, they didn't.
Have you lost your mind?
How many times? See, you are conflicting. And
they used to antagonize people and would punch, scream, kick, fight, do whatever. You know what that brought them? 5 national championships. That's what between the whistle. You know what? All right.
How many times you see UM players get suspended and kicked out of games?
Are we talking about now? Or are we talking about when Benny Blades?
In the 80s?
When Benny, are you crazy?
No, I'm not crazy.
When Benny Blades used to play, when the Blades brothers used to play for the Hurricanes in the 80s, let's go get Dean, and you tell me if they weren't playing after the whistle. If they weren't doing things after the whistle, they didn't care.
Punching people.
They were creating that.
Punching people.
Man, stop, Tone.
They weren't punching.
Stop.
You seen them punch people.
I seen that Hurricane team do everything, Tone.
I seen them jack people up. I see them light people up. I see them stand over them and look, which is, okay, you might get a flag for that, but you're not getting kicked out for punching someone in the face. Yes, they had swagger. They was playing to the whistle. They would go in there and try to bully you. Of course they did that. But what your confusion is them doing that within the confines of the whistle, and then them after the play is over with, someone just dominated you. You get up and just punch them in the face. That's not smart football, bro.
You know what? You know what? It might not be smart, Tone. And I guess we got to get to the next subject because we're almost getting into 2 hours, right? And I agree with you. It's not smart. You know what's smart though? Me and you having a debate like this because I see a comment and right here, I've been waiting 5 weeks for a debate like this between me and Tone. And I've been waiting too. I might be wrong in this scenario. You know where I'm right? Getting Tone to sweat. I like fighting with Tone. I guarantee you right now. I guarantee you right now. If I ended up swinging on Tone, you know what Tone's doing? He's
Oh,
swinging back.
swinging back. Oh
There
yeah.
you go.
But,
But now,
but I'm not.
now you swinging back. Oh, now you swinging back. Hey, Vincent, you see how you got to do, Tone? You see how you
But
got
I'm
to do
not
it?
playing. I'm not playing football though. You know what?
I'm learning, Lou. I'm learning. I'm learning.
But I'm not playing football.
Boy, hey,
You
I
gotta fight
tell
through
y'all
the
all.
interjection. You gotta fight through the interjection.
I tell y'all all the time,
I'm
I
learning.
don't like Tone, but I love him. I love this thing right here, man.
I got him sweating. That's crazy. Oh my God, man! Shout out to Mike Best. All right, man. See, y'all be. You know what? I try not the other day, man. This nigga Lou got me. He
What
got
you
me, man.
mean? You know, hey, Tone, you know you wanted to do this. Don't lie.
Well, I enjoy it. I didn't even know it. You know what? For Sandy, you should have said, "Hey, man, it's almost 2 hours."
This is what I came for. That's where I wanted to go. You know, I didn't want to get interjected on. I just wanted to go get my spiel and then let y'all go at it. Because I knew that if I didn't go after Lou, y'all would have just went at it, and my thing would have just been like, oh, you know. But listen, I will say this because I heard all your arguments and it was a great debate back and forth. I do understand not practicing bad habits. I do believe though that this team has shown the discipline to not, do those things in games because it really did take them, going into Tone's point and, getting lit up by Aaron Brewer to even go that route. Patrick Paul was like, okay, cool. Like you said, threw his hands up, whatever, like it is what it is. So I guess that whole point of things after the whistle, we've shown the ability and the mental stability, but you do not want to practice bad habits. But a great debate. So since, we already got the fight of the night between Tone and Lou about the fight, Tony, are you ready? Your
yes.
You good? Okay. Tony, game preview. What are you expecting, and would you like the starters to play? And if so, how long?
Now, me, obviously, yes, I would like to see the starters play. Initially, I would say because this is usually the dress-up game. You want to see them play the first half and maybe one series coming out of halftime just to get them used to the halftime adjustments and things of that nature. But Hafley made a great point in pointing out with these joint practices and how tough y'all watch the plays. Those wasn't half at snaps and reps, and you giving them those are essentially like game time reps that they're doing, and to expect them to do that on a Thursday and then have a quick turnaround and play on Saturday, that's not being fair for the players. But I would like for them to get like at least a series or two in and then let the backups play. The ones that I would love to see are what I would love to see are if the Giants are playing their starters, play your starters as long as they playing their starters, right? If the Giants aren't playing their starters, cool. Still play your starters for one, maybe two series because we are brand new. First year under this head coach, the offensive coordinator, even though he was here under Mike McDaniel, this is his first time calling play calls for us. So, yes, I would love to see them build that time in, get that camaraderie going, build the chemistry, and just continue to simulate actual game time reps, to where you don't always break down the segments, you get what I'm saying, and didn't go back in right away. Remember after the first the first preseason game, remember what was it Malik Willis? When they was asking him the difference between playing in the preseason game and playing in the joint practices? Something I wanted to point out. I'm glad I just remembered that. He was like, it was way much easier when we got in that preseason game because the way we have to hustle to every different segment and give 100% time, by the time we got to the preseason game, We wasn't used to having that much time to prepare, go to the next play, get in the huddle, and do those things. We in practice, no, you're not huddling. You hey, okay, that's down. Next play, line up, do it again. Those are the things that I'm paying attention to. It's like, okay, these are the type of things I want to hear coming out of training camp. It was a relief now that we got into the game because all that time we have in between plays, you don't have that. So now everything becomes easier and it slows down. That's how games slow down. These are the type of things that coaching, the little nuances help out players to get up to game speed and get your awareness up because you're so used to moving so fast in practice that with just that little bit of extra time in the game time, you're so used to compacting everything in, being ready. Now you can see all the extra stuff, extra coverage, extra defender. The defense, when you're on there, you have extra time to see and figure out, the possible route combination, the formations, things of that nature, to where in training camp, nope, get in there, figure it out, go. So this is the reason why I want them to practice and at least do a couple of series so they can continue to get the feel of, okay, this is how it's going to happen in the game time, and let us get into that rhythm and flow of an actual game timing within calling the plays, get out the huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, figure out the defense. And then on the defensive side, call your plays, get out the huddle, line up, and figure out what the offense is going to do. And get the timing of when should you walk up to the line of scrimmage if you're trying to simulate this pressure. You understand? When in practice, you're doing it immediately. But in the game time, you might have another 18 seconds, and you're like, okay, let me wait until the clock get down to 10. Now I'm gonna start creeping up so they can think I'm blitzing and then bail. Those little small things, I think it comes with repetition. So yes, I want to see the starters play. More specifically, if they playing their starters, our starters in. If they're not playing our starters, 1-2 series, get them out of there and on to the next one. Because you only got this in the next game before you got to do the full the cut down. But yeah.
For me, I'm playing my starters on both sides of the ball at least until halftime. And to Tone's point, maybe even the first drive on both offense and defense of the third quarter. I get what Tone's saying. Practice is probably about an hour and a half, maybe. And yeah, the practice can get physical at times, this, that, and the third. But a lot of plays that we've seen, it's like on the A chain, like when Tone said, "Oh, I think that play when I think it was the bubble screen or whatever the A chain."
Yeah.
They just there was no tackling there. He got
Right.
tagged down and stuff. At this point, they practice Thursday. The game tomorrow is Saturday at what 4 o'clock. They'll have more than 48 hours. I'm not.
The
I'm
fourth?
not. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay.
So it'll be more than 48 hours since they had their joint practice on Thursday. Um, I don't need to see a bunch of second and third team players play from the first quarter all the way to the end of the game because a lot of those guys ain't making the roster. So we already know that those guys ain't making it. I don't think, from what I'm hearing from Halfley, a lot of the starters will play in the third preseason game. I don't probably won't even play them at all. I'm playing my starter, whether depending on what the Giants do or not. It don't really matter to me. The offense, starting offense and defense, or pursuing. Now, I'm not saying you might have a substitution here, there, whatever. But for the majority, I'm playing them at least till halftime. And depending what they've looked like in the first half, they would probably come out in the third quarter and even start as well. Listen, I watched Tom Brady play an entire preseason game one time. An entire game in the preseason. That organization has won 6 Super Bowls, I believe, with Tom Brady. Yeah, I don't think nobody on this roster is better than Tom Brady. I don't think anybody on this roster will ever be as good as Tom Brady. If that man can do it, yeah, I won't even be as long as Tone. I'm playing them as at least until halftime. And I think Tone made a good point about the halftime adjustments. That's why I'm talking about even bringing them out in the third quarter. Let them get a feel for it because we have a lot of young guys, especially on this team, that are new guys as well. And from a coaching standpoint as well, right? I want to see the development of the team. As far as what I want to see, yeah, I want to see Chop Robinson actually make a play. Because yeah, I'm hearing a lot of even in the film breakdown, I think I heard Tone say, well, Chop, he almost got there. Well, he was an almost guy in Penn State. He was an almost guy for the first 2 seasons of his career. I'm tired of seeing the almost. Go out there and do something. As I don't, the receivers, neighbors ain't playing. Cool. I just want to see better. That's what we got, Vinsanity and Tone, from joint practice with the Commanders to the game. It looked like the starters didn't do that well in practice, but they looked good on their opening drive. That's what I want to see. Kind of heard the same things, ups and downs. I want to see our team on both sides of the ball execute and, and and just play better than you did at the joint practice. That's what these days are. Get better from day in and day out. It was a 45, let's say, a joint practice. Can we get it to 50-50? Can we get it to 55-45 Dolphins? Right? That's what I want to see. But yeah, offense and defense for me are playing at least until halftime. And again, just get better from what you did at joint practice.
Yeah. So for me, they definitely need to go out there and play. You don't want the first going into the first game, you only had a one drive rep. Like, let's be real about how much this offense has played together so far. They need practice, they need the reps. And personally, I just think that they need to go out there and just keep building on the chemistry, especially from what we've seen from the wide receivers. The lack of route running. I don't want to say lack of route running. The questionable route running by Caleb Douglas. It'll be very interesting. I know Chris Bell did not do the joint practice, so I don't predict or foresee him playing in this game. But just even building that chemistry, some more Malik Washington. I know the first two passes very much underneath. Let's see if we can expand upon that. As far as the defensive side, Jordan Brooks, he didn't get to be out there on the field with his guys leading them. Even if he's the one that's only going to do one or two drives, like, I don't know, no one has been labeled as the green dot yet, right? But I would love for someone who did not necessarily want that role get some practice in it in real game situation if he's going to be that guy. It'll be very interesting once we know who that guy is, once the season starts. But there are just so many like little integral things that I do think that they need to work on in a live in-game situation. So to lose point, even and I 100% respect Tony's point, right? Even if what's the name, their starters aren't in, you like, where's the line, right? But I do think that they do need the reps. They do need to be in practice in a real game, because you don't want your first game being a real game where you're actually going into some of these roles. So that's what I have for that. As you guys said, next game will be, where they're not going to most likely be playing. So if you're going to get it, it has to be in this game. And one drive does not make you ready potentially for week one real life game situation. That's all I got.
So you think they should practice all the way the first half into the third quarter too?
Play?
Yeah.
Wait, you said play the first half into the third quarter?
Yeah.
If they did the first half and they talked and they felt comfortable, I wouldn't necessarily feel like they had to come out and do a drive in the third. But if they felt like they wanted to do that drive just to get another one in, I wouldn't be upset about it. But I would let it
minimum first half though. Minimum first half.
Definitely the first half. And will they do that? I don't know. But I would love to just get them to get as many opportunities to do it as possible.
Okay. I'm not mad at either one of those assessments. Me personally, that's usually how they do it with the dress up game. And mine is going about. Yeah, I would love for them to play the first half in a drive in the third quarter because of the halftime adjustment, right? But strictly going off what Halfley said, that's why I was like, based on what I would be willing to accept is still play them regardless.
Yeah.
1 or 2 series, and then or when, as long as, let's just say, if the Giants play their starters for the whole first half, yeah, play them to the whole first half. If the Giants play their starters first half and one drive in the second half, play them like that, because you want them to get as many reps against the first team as possible. As far as if they not starting, I would be like, if you go in there, you have 2 drives, flawless. I don't see what else you could benefit for continue doing that against second and third teamers that you're not going to be playing with in the regular season. Just as a personal opinion, I would like, okay, because what we're gonna say, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. This is second and third teamers. So if you go out there and have 2 or 3, because I do want you to get at least 2 series, because you gotta get the reps in. But after that, because after you get like 2 series, you already in the second quarter, and getting ready to go to halftime anyways. So yeah, based on what Happy said, I'm like, I don't want to get my hopes up for it, but I'm not mad if they have. I will hope it's the way y'all want it, first half and one in the second in the third quarter. But realistically speaking, I don't think that's going to happen based on what he said, especially how much they practice. Jordan Brooks might play a lot. I think it's a reason why he took it, but he didn't have him in that much. I think it's a reason that Jacob Rodriguez played a lot as opposed to Jordan Brooks, and I think it's a reason that Kyle Lewis didn't play that much when it came down to the last one, because he probably wanted to see things from him. But yeah, so I mean, either or, I'll be satisfied with it anyways. Just as long as they get in there. Now, if they don't play, I'm pissed off at all. I don't care if they started or not. But man, that was a good one, man. It's be over 2 hours, man. Show.
Shout out to us. I guess I'll start with my final thoughts, final segments, last words. Shout out to the young fellas out of New Jersey. 2-0, baby. 2-0. Thank you guys once again for being here on a Friday night with us. It is very much appreciated. Shout out to everybody that was in the space entertaining today. Lou, that was a great one. Really appreciated, you and your content. I know there was a comment in the chat, Tone. I didn't know if you wanted to address it, whether we're going to be live tomorrow for the game.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, so we will be live tomorrow for the game. God bless you all, and we will see you tomorrow.
Listen, Mike Best asked something too. I wanted to answer. I think he said, Quinn Ewers, do you think that makes Malik play longer? No. It's not based off whether Quinn Ewers is injured or not. It's just based off him getting in there, getting reps with his first team and building that chemistry and that camaraderie. That's what it's all about. It has nothing to do with Quinn Ewers. They brought back Mark Gronowski, and Cam Miller is here. So you need to see they need as many reps as they can possibly get. As many as they could possibly get. Especially that second and third team off of the line. That's who was really getting destroyed. So with that being said, hey man, I can't wait to see y'all tomorrow. Appreciate everyone that was here and rock with us all day on a Friday, even though the preseason games are going on. We really do appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all vote on the poll real quick before we get up out of here. I see we only got 19 votes, man. Y'all can get more than that. 20 now, but yeah, y'all vote on the poll. Do y'all think the D-line dominated our offensive line, or did the film, I wouldn't say technically breakdown, but did the film section change your mindset of what you thought, how you thought this offensive line looked? I'll tell you one thing, watching it, the 2 interior offensive linemen, they look a little bit worse than what I thought, though. Thought it was just the edges, but the interior, yeah, y'all too, a little bit worse. But yeah, so that's all I got. Lou, you know what I'm saying? You know to do. Hey, Lou, this so y'all could, if it's your first time over here, it wouldn't be a Blitz pickup if me and my brother don't go at it. When he get me going to sweating, that is a Blitz pickup show. So yeah, no, do not text or DM us and ask us if we cool.
That's a fact. Yeah. Hey, listen, Tone is my brother for life. I ain't gonna, this is just what brothers do. This is what we do in the barbershops when we walk in there. This is how the debates go. Before I get us up out of here, I got a comment. I know Tone just, addressed Mike Best with his question. I got a comment as well I want to address. Bones says, Lewis, they would have beat you up at practice. And listen, again, I'm not here to debate that. Those are 300 some odd pound men. They probably would beat me up. The problem is the person that just wrote this comment won't beat me up. I know that for a fact. So shout out to Bones. I just wanted Bones to know that. Bones, I love you too. But it's on sight when I see you. With that being said, listen, for my sister, if my sister is rooting for Jersey, I'm rooting for Jersey. You know what I'm saying? For my brother Tone, again, it was a good debate. I would say I had the upper hand in that, but it is what it is. We will see y'all tomorrow for the call of the game between our beloved Miami Dolphins and the New York Football Giants. This has been the Friday episode of the Blitz Pickup. We'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Who does the revolver go to tonight?
It should go to me because you know what my saying is. If you got to say you want to debate, you know what that means.
Well, you know what? Hey, I guess the revolver will go to Tone, not for the debate, but for the hard work he's put in at training camp and the videos and stuff. So the revolver will go to Tone, but make sure again, it's not for the debate; it's for the work.
And DM fans, if you talk about what time we're going live, it's going to be at 4:00 for the game. But everybody else, we'll see y'all tomorrow.